So the train passed by and I was recording a few minutes of the video. But to continue on to August
3 o'clock in the morning through 5 a.m. and I'm just leaving work, just finished my 12-hour shift. I kind of figured that since I already did my documentary about the life of Dark Rocker, thinking of if I wanted to return or not. I figured one thing that I could do was for the documentary, because the documentaries that I've had in mind are still either unfinished or just kind of forgotten about, and I thought it'd be a great opportunity to start on my documentary, about my sobriety, because as of July 4th, I was 3 years sober, and I did not think that was going to happen. And from the day I quit drinking, I really took it seriously, and was kind of working on a little film called The Road to Recovery, and I think I shot just a little video of that. It was maybe a 20-minute video that I recorded. But then I figured it put that on my YouTube, but it was really just an unfinished project. So, but now now because I did the Dark Rocker documentary, now I'm kind of thinking this past week about that, and really want to finally do that and say I did it, So I'll kind of start, and there's gonna honestly be some things in there that I really kind of getting skeletons out of the closet, and not really throwing a lot of things I'm gonna say, and kind of somewhat embarrassed, but I'm just kind of having driving home from work. I want to say this morning, I can remember this. Let's say it was Thursday, November 4th. Anyways, so I kind of was thinking, it was literally that I wanted to do a few videos earlier, but I kind of got busy with time. Got busy with farm chores and didn't have time. But I wanted to say that the future for our videos is that so I'm going through the vault and uploading any videos that I can find that I feel like is that sounds about right. Before 2011, we used to have down in the basement of the mom's house, Waterfleet. There's to be expected of some old videos and stuff, brother and his friends that come down going through, and they play beer. So I kind of just in a nutshell, on each show they come down, each they go and hobby I've organized and stuff with it, they would go and anyway, so they invited me to play with them. So the Dark Rocker and Friends show, I was hesitant. Those are all videos, but on that, breaking a beer pong, and I decided to get a couple of few in, that's poetry videos, and I'm showing here, and shoot up on the old backyard restaurant. So, just kind of made I forget if it was my brother or his friend, all of them together. Music, also for, I think my music, and once all those videos are up and I feel like I have nothing left did that outside of race and smoke a cigarette. I'm gonna put all of that stuff together. Anyway, album. It was that, if I can, I'll probably end up putting them up on Bandcamp. Depending on if I can do that. I don't, Yerga drink or whatever it's called, I should kind of agree with alcohol beverages now than I used to be. But it's the Yerga Monster, or Yerga Egg, or whatever it is. I can't think of the name of it, but it's just a type, and all is very similar to each other. They were doing that with mixed with that, put it up, and they offered game for me to have one, and I'm kind of curious to know what they're sitting in the ball, tried it, and I actually liked it. I really did. The owner picked me up, we're playing on videos next morning. I saw some videos, I'm pretty sure we're all just hanging out. I'm sure I had some other people I probably really don't talking now. If I do have anything, I'll probably be surprised, but there'll definitely be somewhat future videos that are like acting like I was like in front of the farm. It's usually what like acting like they show the farm. I'm sure I have. Next morning, my best friends were there anymore for the show. We were I was kind of thinking about doing a bit of a month of March, like in August, straight, just kind of focused on, organizing videos and texture poetry. But I think I want to go back to my basic plan that I had, which was the Sunday night there. So like your first drink, and they talk in our book, like your first drink is I'm using a lot of ideas for you. Like I want to make, hey, congratulations, my kids, let's go back. I got her to like 2010, 2009, I think the oldest idea I had was American Sports Sunday, so that was that. I focused on some art. I'll try to in my room that I want to write as art tech. And then, I don't know, I kind of just like, I want to, during that time, I don't think I really work on, more on all this stuff later. I don't think I really drink going to organize all my albums. I have time to I gotta go and ideas on to it. I have a couple beers or whatever, which is basically it. As of today, my savings is that, it's like 2011. During that time, late 2011. I think I had, I don't know if it was December or January, it was probably around there. This is probably like, it's may have been the first time that I noticed that my drinking probably was a little bit of an issue. We were drinking at Brandon's, and I don't think Brandon drank, and I think Chase just had a little bit, but I had and I had like, God, it was like, maybe like a whole cup of gin. We're talking like those, glasses sitting out your cabinet. And I was like, I got really gay. I was dancing. Brandon was gay, and at the time, and even to this day, I think that the bisexual is like what I could probably put it at in a nutshell. And, Brandon and I would do sexual things with each other. Not so much sexual, but kind of like oral, stuff of that nature, I wasn't always really attracted to that, but he liked me a lot, and, I think that night was just really at one point, suicidal during that time in my life. And I remember like sneaking vodka from my mom and stuff and taking pills. Yeah, I remember one night my mom freaked out on me because I got into her vodka, which was funny because like she would share with my brother and stuff. And I didn't even think my brother was even the one at the time. But she wanted to share with me, which is really funny. But, you know, she was always like that. This is like shortly after our great grandmother passed away. We had 3 deaths that year, 2012, and it was my grandfather on my father's side, my great grandmother on my father's side, which was my time with him. So, you know, kind of, at that time, there was like that. A lot of excuses, like I was under the influence of stuff. So, when I refolded, like around there too. Now, but I could have changed everyone's names. I remember talking to Mom and Jake's mom. I think we tried to maintain the murders largely, especially called his mom. Frankie or Travis too. I really liked her a lot, you know, and I liked when we used to people before craziness started happening. We had to know way together. And for a while, I created the idea that we started watching the stars, think about pranks. You know, yeah, shit, problem or funny. So I was trying to remember like where we left off. I remember at this time I wasn't working hard and really having anything so far and more it turns out. It just was like Jake really I think that like catch up and spent time here where I left off. I think we talked about Hank. I don't know that she was Jake knows I think I did mention about FedEx. I was really upset talking about I remember my first conversation now was only 18 but you know, during that time nobody really wanted to played this thing. It was Jake and I hanged out. He was besides your mom, like for 27 seconds. One thing that he hated. Hey everyone, it's interesting time, 11:12 p.m. on Sunday, January 11th, 2026, and well, it's interesting because I remember in the car at this time, I'm usually at work, and unfortunately, I didn't have any openings tonight for me. I had forgot to schedule myself for the weekend for the overnight schedule, and it's one of the rare occasions that I actually got to leave at 11. So I'm actually, I was kind of bummed out about it. I still kind of partly am, you know, but I guess I'm grateful because I really only got like 3 to 4 hours of sleep last night, so although I'm not tired, I think this is a good opportunity to kind of launch. I think it's a good opportunity to go home and kind of relax and focus on some things. You know, maybe I can do some things that I kind of, not so much neglecting on, but kind of like haven't paid much detailed attention to. So I'm gonna do that. Just got off the phone with my best friend Rachel, called her up, we talked for a short time, but she is trying to sleep, but, so, you know. But yeah, I know when I talked recently, I kind of went through the issues I had with change laws and everything. So, you know, right now, I want to kind of get back to talking about the topics of the digital kind stages that we're working on. And I want to talk about the fourth stage, which is controversial to some, to me it actually, to me it represents awakening and when you find your favorite version, and that is the illumination. And really it's from the Illuminati, but I call it illumination because I feel like it's illuminating ourselves to find our greatest version. So it's four different parts to this so to speak symbol of the the eye and the pyramid. So it goes the pyramid, the eye, the light, and the eternal. And the basic analogy that would be that the pyramid is structure, foundation, background, what makes things sturdy and structured and strong and kind of independent and, working. Everything, in my opinion, that has movement is, in a way, can be an elimination, like a block, need the gears to, get moving, start working everything else that has to do with the time, the eye, which is the representation of awakening and seeing and all knowing and visualization and opening your third eye and where you want to see yourself in the future and where you want to be now. I feel like the eye is a great, it's a really great representation of that. The light, which is, the atmosphere, the spiritual realm, your environment, where your surroundings are, where you see, that's sort of the eye, more so like an outer world, where you see everything around you, and then the eternal is keeping on to that and sharing that with the world, like the social experiment and stuff, at least that's my kind of little take on it, So to me, I feel like if I look at it, to me, I feel like if I look at it correctly, right, my opinion, like where let's look at where I'm at, where I want to be, the pyramid being pyramid to me, meaning like, pyramid to me, meaning like that I do things, like my chores and stuff, which I do, and not just my farm chores, but also like my activities at work, and, I feel like I have 3 different workout lives. I have, like a sound life, so my DNA job that I do, my farm chores that I do, and my bedroom. So actually, I kind of did that backwards, but it's my bedroom, cleaning my bedroom, making sure that my bus shelves are fresh washed, and make sure their areas are clean, and giving my plants water. So that's me, is that. And farm chores being my working days, I would give all the animals fresh water, and then I would do attics to run it. And then on days off, I would top off water at nighttime, and I would set up pig food for the pigs. And then at work, my tasks are basically the same. Some days are more exciting than others, and I honestly feel like I feel like I want to do more at work. I feel like I've been kind of I'm getting my tasks done, but I feel like I want to do more, I used to do a lot, and I'm not even going to lie, there's really much going on, but, other nights there's, like not much going on for me, like that there's not much to really do. Other nights there is like a ton of stuff that I can do. And then the eat foods are kind of proposed to be an influence of that. You know, the big challenge I have for a while, focus on yoga and walking and being, you know, constantly focused on something energized. Then the light being like, you know, kind of to me like some of those hobbies and stuff, you know, like, you know, like some hobbies I have. I feel like too much light can kind of be a bad thing. You know, so kind of like that doesn't make kind of shut down as well. And then the internal being like, you know, my so to speak, way that I react with other people and spreading kindness. And, you know, there are a lot of times I'm actually really negative, like that people want to see that, and feel bad when they see that. But I feel like more so I see that positive side of me that I really like. So, wait a minute. And, yeah, that's basically it. So there you have it. That's for the illumination. And I guess, you know, we got time to 11:22. I didn't know this, but I'm quite a fan of music. You know, one of my favorite albums, White House, and all that shit. I got Brad Lee's work, and Undertaker debuted at Survivor Series 1994. What I did know was that the stage of that event was November 22nd, so it was actually, what would that be, 22 Sunday, yeah, 22 years after, I got some anxiety after, which is the greatest White Album he wrote it off. Yeah, so, I don't want to vent for a minute or two. Yeah, before I get on to opening things, kind of top of the road for me. I was kind of procrastinating. I was procrastinating on getting my car in Charlotte, so oil change done. Like the guy had what I've been recording lately. Took her over to our Jiffy podcast episode, and you know, you never think to like really like so many ideas. Everything that I do is always like respectfully right around the after the fact. Like, I don't think before I make a decision a lot of stuff that goes on. And that's with generally everything. Yeah. This was one of those that I don't really know, like what do I get it done, but I also like waited for a while for the bad timing and kind of put it off to the side and stuff. So I finally wanted the 9th to go get an oil change done. That's what it's meant to be. And I feel like there's the media's perception. I'm sitting there, and the lady at the cashier's desk, or whatever, she was very vibrant, very nice girl. She was back weighing and popping, and she was being. We're back, and yesterday I kind of was talking about the sobriety thing, and I actually got to before the Facebook post. I guess first off, what I'll say is, although this video is kind of becoming a channel where all my really long videos go, I want to say that my regular channel, Auto Nation, on there, I reached over 420,000 views from the channel, and I had 520 subscribers. So I just want to take a moment and show a tip of gratitude. Thank you to everyone, and I very appreciate that. It's definitely a milestone for me, and definitely just motivates me. So I want to kind of talk about in a nutshell what is to be expected with both that channel and this channel, and the direction where everything's going to, and what the far future may hold. So let's go through everything. I'll start with today's Thursday, the Eleanor Pigby show. So any videos I have of that, any other videos I have that haven't been uploaded yet will get uploaded to all shows unless I decide that for some reason I don't want to put them up on YouTube, which is possible. They'll stay in the vault. But yes, the Eleanor Pigby show, I get videos of that. That'll be for Thursdays. Hour-long episodes for this channel. And then that goes into Friendly Farms, which is the same thing. The Saturday Morning Birdie show. And the future, well, let me just backtrack a little. The future for the Eleanor Pigby show, Friendly Farms, and Saturday Morning Birdie show will probably all be combined into just one main show. I think any videos I come up with, I'm deciding what I really want to do with them. If I want to keep on to the idea of having 3 different shows, or if I want to just stay up to if I just want to save up 2 different playlists for the new year, I might just do that. So the Dark Rocker Friends show, this morning at 4 o'clock when I left work, I recorded myself talking for like 15 minutes. I was basically talking about our pain and a pretty anyway, I think that I would start Rock and Fred show. Anything I have will be uploaded. There's ideas and I have videos I want to make. I'm really not 100% sure if I want to do that or not. I really don't know. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to. Make that happen. Because there hasn't been any competition with. There hasn't been any competition with anything, so I don't really want to go into full detail about that, but I just the ideas I have that I want to do, maybe I'll do them, I do have a lot of fun making videos, but I guess I'll just keep them mind and say I'm not going to try to commit to any trust or anything, and then Music Monday, I have ideas. Well, I have a lot of music ideas I want to start working on, and I'm thinking we'll see the second anthology album come out before this year's over, which I'm planning on. And stuff material to go up. I don't really know what direction I'm going into. I just have like really I just have a really big idea for something. I know exactly what it is, but I can't. It's just different ideas I get in my head, so just throw the road thing tonight. Then Tuesday is tea time, which is essentially similar to fall. And future for that. Alright, so the future for Music Monday is going to be albums. Whether that be one album at the end of the year for the anthology series or whatever. And then for tea time, it's just any random videos I get, I guess. Well, it's just all old videos that I had sitting around, so the ball is probably not going to go anywhere. And then, going into hobbies, because there's still going to be daily or weekly or whatever uploads to my channel. On the official channel. That's still kind of, there's still going to be videos here and there about like the, birds and the farm animals and stuff. Then going into my hobbies, so poetry, definitely going to be trying to release more poetry on my Amazon account. Definitely going to be trying to I'm not really sure about photography, but I've been working on things that I have whenever it's on my YouTube channel, slideshow, for literature. When I get back to working on my operation on the last day, but besides that, I want to work on the children's book idea that I have. I really want to kind of see what I can set down. That's why I called that. I would just keep going on that. Music thing, I already talked about that. I want to get my heart going, stuff like that. For the art thing, that's where I want to get involved with making my holiday videos next year. That would be a lot of fun. Take a break from spending money. That's good. Let's look into 6 pillars of self-improvement too, because that's, what I want to start building by. So mental, I want to work on, my mental health and stuff, kind of doing things I can get cope with it, whatever you do, art or poetry or journaling or whatever things or however get it published, help like part of consuming and not impulse buying food and not, blow my money on junk. Then physical, getting back into yoga every day and walking every day. I think that's great. I think with the walking thing, I think that continue on this podcast, but also that's recording of the February 9th, 2026. Get out of here. It's very much like, reminds me of myself. Yeah, getting back to what we're talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I think my problem is that like I have a hard time letting go of the past, and I feel like doing this and kind of working on my autobiography and maybe even possibly writing out those those letters and never don't send them sort of things. And I feel like maybe that would help, yeah, so, where are we at now? Okay, we're still in April. Just trying to think. April 24th, my nephew Cameron's birthday. I have nothing bad to say about him. He's a child, I'm sure he's going to grow up to be a wonderful human being, very, very playful, I have just like his sister Lily, I have big hopes for them, I think that they got really good parents, I'm not buddy with my brother-in-law, I don't often see him, but I respect him, and, I think that I would honestly say that I believe in my heart of hearts that he's a wonderful father, and, I feel like my sister Alexa really, chose a wonderful man to spend the rest of her life with. Hopefully I can say that down the road, and, I feel bad that I missed their wedding. So this is story for another time. But yeah, so going to May now, and I feel like this actually is going to be taking me longer than I expected it to be, but that's okay. May, yeah. Let's see, May 3rd, my grandfather Nolan's birthday, who committed suicide 2 weeks after I was born. And I have been told I look like him. I'm going to say positive, which is weird because I feel like, he's like a reason as to why my mom treated me the way that she did for years. But my relationship with her has gotten better. I got to visit with him a week before, so that was really nice. So, yeah, I would say, excuse me, I would say, I'd say positive, I feel like he's with me every day. May 8th, my grandmother's birthday. I would say more positive than negative. I've had a lot of not really bad experiences with her, but just by herself, positive, and you know what, I will say positive overall because she has helped me out a lot in my life, and, I don't agree with a lot of her teachings and stuff, and her mindset on things, but I love her. She's, almost reminds me of myself. Positive, another person in my life that I can't say anything bad about. I love her, and I wanna hope and make sure that she has a wonderful future ahead of her. I can't say anything negative about her. To me, a flower child. She's a wonderful kid, so. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know why I think about it, but May 10th, that was a girl that I used to be friends with named Jeanette. That was weird. I'd say both positive and negative. Positive because she tried to be a good friend to me, and she was. I really did like her. I feel like, I'll say right now that I liked her because she reminded me of like someone that I could potentially see myself with. She was very, how do I put it, I don't know, she had mental problems, but I liked her, I liked her I kind of liked her as a person. I really did find her attractive, but negative in the same aspect because she would have it was weird, she would say shit to me that kind of bothered me, and I don't know, and I didn't appreciate her talking bad about Rachel, that kind of bothered me, and I had one time that she kicked me out of her house, which was really stupid, but, I'd say I was, I mean, she hasn't reached out to me, in a while, which I think is the last time I saw her when we were working up at Home Good Shepherd, she was nice to me, but she never, I reached out to her one time in which her hands were pretty, those are recently back when I drank, it might have been last year that I drank, but she never reached out to me to say more, she never, how are you doing, or whatever, so I kind of I can't harp on it, and I don't lose sleep over it, but, I remember, almost makes me feel like I didn't exist, and, I remember, of all people that I can remember during that time in my life, which is kind of important to me, I remember her, I don't know why, but I remember the memories about her, and she wasn't, in my book, she wasn't perfect, but, I feel like where I'm at right now in life, on the maturity level, probably would have been different, but, she's, May 15th, my old best friend Jake's birthday, there was a lot of negative, I would say positive, because it was so negative that it turned positive, if that makes sense. There was one time where I was wanting to kill him, and, I would say that, I try to think of the good times about and all that stuff is in the past now, so I'd say positive.
Corners of Glam Palace, I feel just like Elvis. Oh, oh, oh.
It was a long time. Excuse me. It was the wrong time. It was the wrong time. It was the wrong time. It was a long time. It was a long time. It was a long time. It was the wrong time. It was the wrong time. It was a long time. Oh, I've got a funny feeling there's something wrong today. Come on, hello. I know the fucking problem is this stupid fucking thing. I don't know. I've got a funny feeling there's something wrong today. And that was the end of our time. Oh yeah. Alright. Oh. It was a long time. 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 It was the wrong time. It was the wrong time. It was the wrong time. Isn't that 5? Come on. Alright, preferences. Here we go. So... yeah, that was pretty cool, actually. I don't know why my throat does that. It was a long time. 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 Yep, she's mine. Let it all hang out. 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 No parking by the source sign, hot dog, my lazy broke water. dripping up the spout, but I don't care, let it all hang out. Your bitches with your silicone injection, crystal meth and yeast infection, bleach blonde hair causing lip projection. Who are you to criticize my intention? Got all some emulating devices, just like you. I got my license. I got a thought that would be nice. I'd like to crush your head tight in my vice and pain. Yeah. Got your bitches with your silicone injection, crystal meth and yeast infection, bleach blonde hair causing lip projection. Who are you to criticize my intention? Got upset emulating devices, just like you. I got my license. I got a thought that would be nice. I'd like to crush your head tight in my vice and pain. Got your bitches with your silicone injection, crystal meth and yeast infection, bleach blonde hair causing lip projection. Yeah. Got your bitches with your silicone injection. Got your bitches with your silicone injection, crystal meth and yeast infection, bleach blonde hair causing lip projection. Who are you to criticize my intention? Got all stimulating devices, just like you. I got my vices. I got a thought that would be nice. I'd like to crush your head tight in my vice and pain. Yeah. Your bitches with your silicone injection, crystal meth and yeast infection, bleach blonde hair causing lip projection. Who are you to criticize my intention? Got all stimulating devices, just like you. I got my vices. I got a thought that would be nice. I'd like to crush your head tight in my vice and pain. Yeah. Hang on. Alright, let's try one more time. Let's try one more time. One more time. Alright, last one. Here we go. I like it better in the first place. possibly as a part of the album's an artist or the anthology series. I'm not really sure. But seeing this out today is June 16th, 2026, with 3 sixes in the title, and I had sampled the Purgatory, the End Hot Sauce at Pepper Palace today. I felt like it was fitting to try to record this, and also that before midnight, which I'm just outside doing farm chores. Got one paddock left, but before midnight, I'd like to try the black hot sauce called Flatline, just to say that I did both of them on this eventful day. So I'm going to be doing a vocal recording of just a quick simple vocal tracks for a hidden song, which I'm just not sure where I'm going to put it, but I know I might put it on like the Red Rose song. Alright, so here we go. 6 different vocal tracks. So let's do the first one. Okay, here we go. Hail Satan, hail Satan, hail Satan, hail Satan, hail Satan, hail Satan. Alright. Okay, here's the second vocal track. Here's the third one. Here's the fourth one. Excuse me. Here's the fifth one. And the last one. Alright. Let's retry the sixth one. Do the crack thing. My voice. See, trying to do that a sustained note, plus with the running nose and the constant coughing and stuff, is really hard. Because you want to try to keep it consistent, but it keeps cracking, you know. All right, here we go. One more time, then I'm gonna stop. All right, I'm gonna take it. bottom of the stairs. To the bottom of the stairs. Come on now, what the fuck? Hello. And now, here, it's so hard. It was a long time. It was a long time. It was the wrong time. It was the wrong time. It was the wrong time. I wish this thing would pick up better than it fucking does. I hate these fucking apps. It was a long time. It was a long time. I don't know. I hate this fucking shit.